We are live here at LG Cigar Lounge with Boss Talks and Bourbons R&B sessions. And I have the greatest honor introducing Mr. Mark Drake of SCYENE Solutions. It is an AI marketing platform, AI just, I'm gonna let you really spill over everything that you guys do.
Okay.
Because AI is encompassing everything right now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it really is.
But anyway, how are you doing, baby?
Doing really good. How about yourself, my
I'm
friend?
good, family.
Okay.
Good to
Great
see
to see
you.
you. Great to see you.
So AI is just part of what you do.
Okay.
It's not everything you do.
Very true.
So let's get into how you jumped into AI first. What industry did you start in first?
Yeah, so I launched my first business in 2013, and we were building websites for businesses and did fairly well in that particular space. But in 2013, social media wasn't as prominent as it is today. And so our website clients started to ask about social media, like what can we do with them in the social media space, et cetera. So we made the necessary investment and found ourselves running ads and things of that nature, generating leads for clients on social media. And what we didn't know is that the clients were not prepared for the influx of leads that we were able to generate for them.
Oh, wow.
And so we would generate leads, but they would go stale because they were not being called in a timely manner. They were not being followed up on pretty much at all.
Right.
And at the end of the day, the client was spending the money but not seeing a return in most cases, just because they didn't have the infrastructure in place to support, of course, the leads once again that they were generating through the ads. And so we saw that as an opportunity. And that opportunity was, let's provide follow-up as a service that will put us in the position where as the leads came in, we would have a team of people that will follow up on the leads, qualify the individual, educate them on the product and or service, and then from there, put the client in a better position to close the deal, okay? That is a beautiful model. Let me just tell you that, right? Because it puts the client in a position where they can continue to focus on their strengths. Well, at the same time, it puts us in the position where we can add extreme value, right, to their organization. The issue there is that is a pricey model, and the everyday entrepreneur is not something they can typically afford because you're paying for seats, and you're paying for talent acquisition at the end of the day, right?
At that point, yeah.
Yeah. So based on that, in 2022, we launched an automated system that would allow clients to follow up automatically through a CRM model that we leverage text messaging to, of course, re-engage leads as they came into the door. Text message has like a 98% open rate. So it will put the client in a position where as leads came in, the lead will then get a text message to re-engage, schedule an appointment, etc. And then just based on that, that will fill the client's calendar at a fraction of the cost if it would be with an actual individual making that same engagement point. And so around 2023 timeframe, of course, ChatGPT hit the scene pretty heavy. Everyone was kind of scrambling, trying to figure out the best use case associated with that. We were no different. And so
when you say the best use case, what does that mean?
So I appreciate you asking. Okay, so the question becomes, here's this product. What is the best situation that I can get the most out of this product? Okay, so when you think about ChatGPT, you start to question, like, how can I use this to service my business needs, right? Well, maybe I can use it for my email communication. Maybe I can use it for organizing my scope of work, organizing how we go from A to Z on a daily basis as far as our business process. And so use cases can definitely vary, and it's tied into every industry. You know what I'm saying? So based on that, we had to scramble to figure out how can we incorporate AI in what we're doing. And so last year, the game plan was, listen, everyone can benefit from AI. And in most cases, African Americans, we're always the last to show up when it comes down to anything that is like popular and hot, right? We want to get in kind of at the last minute because we're conservative in nature. We want everybody else to take the risk first. You know what I'm saying?
The buy-in.
There you go.
The buy-in.
There you go. There you go.
Because I'm like, hey, hold on. You want me to trust you with what? To do what? and how we gonna do what. Right?
Yeah. Let me see you be successful first.
Right. Show me first.
So,
you know what I mean?
There you go. And so
a lot of my business partners are like that.
Yeah.
Hey man, I think we should do this. Why? You know what? Sit over there with your dumb ass questions.
There you go.
And watch me work. Then they're like, oh, well, you didn't say that.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And so, and there's just others of people. And so based on that, last year we took on the initiative of educating people on how they can monetize AI. So that was our first go-to-market strategy. And when I say that, meaning that was our first, let's just introduce AI to any and everyone that we can and teach them how AI can be their sales force. Right? Where all you have to do is make a connection and AI can educate the prospect on who you are, the services you have to offer, and then even close the deal for you.
Yeah.
Right? And so last year that was the big focus, and it was a B2C model. So a business to consumer model, and consumers are consumers for a reason. Not, they're not business minded oftentimes. And there's a strong learning curve that's tied to getting them kind of from that consumer mindset to that entrepreneur mindset, right?
Right.
And so that was a significant part of what we went to market with in 2025, while at the same time, it was an easier sell, more so to our B2B customers.
Right.
So business to business. So they're in a position where they need to maximize their time.
Right.
How can I be more efficient in my office and with my team? So for us, that's easy. We can use AI to help schedule your appointments. We can use AI to help send your text messages and your emails, etc.
But I already have a person for that.
That's good. You can still have that person, but guess what? Now you have a tool that is almost dummy proof by way of how it communicates, so it can communicate more accurately, right, based on the training that we provided, and also put it in a position where it continues to walk in parallel with the team member you already have in place. So if the team member has a lunch, right, normally those calls go to voicemail.
Right.
But now AI can answer. Or you have to answer.
Or I got to answer.
There you go. Right. And if you're trying to show depth in your organization as a CEO of your company, should you be the one answering the call?
No.
Okay. There
but
you go.
I don't want to miss calls.
Exactly. Exactly. And let's just say if you're a roofer and that's a missed call, that's a $50,000 missed call.
Very much so.
That's
very costly.
Very costly.
Very costly.
And roofing is a very competitive industry.
Yes,
so guess what that person's gonna do? They found you on Google. They're gonna just go to that next listing.
Yeah.
Right? And so again, it was an easy sell from a B2B standpoint, because as a business owner, we can position it as not only a cost saver, right? Because of course it has the ability to work 24/7. Right? And then, but also puts you in a position where you're not missing out on opportunities that you normally would, because it can work, of course, in time zones in which, of course, you're not able to.
That sounds too easy.
Okay.
It sounds too easy, right?
Okay.
And I want to say it sounds too easy because I hear you're going to remove a lot of the pain points out of my business, right? You're going to remove a lot of the pain points. So what does that look like as far as setting up that system? Because I've been around where we set up funnels, right? And I've had to have this CRM talk to this person, or this CRM talk to this system, this go over here, this go over there. And then I've had to sit back, build this shit myself. Right? We've had to build these systems and processes. It sounds like you're gonna make me build another system. And how do you eliminate that pain point?
So the truth of the matter is, the systems that already exist can stay intact if they're working for you. AI is not necessarily designed in a way to disrupt the current systems that you have, but more so be a complement to it. So if we're talking communication systems like phone, text message, email, etc., then we can put AI in place where it can engage your prospects, your clients, etc., without necessarily having you to move from one system to the next. We can just integrate. So there are systems like Zapier, as you know, that is designed to integrate with various systems so they can speak to each other, etc. So we can make that work. One of the challenges oftentimes is that clients also are married to their systems.
Right.
Right.
Teaching the old dog new tricks.
There you go. Right. So yeah. And it's one of those things where they don't want to have to pivot, which we get. Mm-hmm. So the goal is to now strategize and see where is the compromise?
Right.
Right. Where can we create room for something like this AI system, this AI assistant, mm-hmm. right? That's going to create more opportunities to generate more revenue.
Right.
Right. And put you in a position to win. And so based on that, that's a conversation that has to be had.
Right.
Right. And then once we have that and we're able to find that space, then we operate within that space and then slow roll how we implement it to ensure that it's meeting, of course, the expectations that we put in front of it. Mm. Right. And so that's ultimately the game plan. So it's not a clean cut.
Right.
Right. That's not the goal at all.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think anyone can handle that, to be honest with you.
Not at all. That's where I see like you would get more pushback from our side of the coin, right? Because it's like, hey, hold on, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because like the next question is it gonna cost me an arm and leg? Because I'm already paying somebody $50K, $60K to answer the phones, and you want me to do what?
Yeah. No, I get it. The cost is subject to the demand, oftentimes, and when I say that, meaning what is in place right now that is unnecessary, right? That you can live without.
Yeah.
Let's shave the fat first, so that we can create a budget or room for a budget in order to, of course, implement this new tool.
Right.
Right. To create more wins, essentially.
Now, as a business owner, I heard you say fire people.
No. Let's start with the systems first.
Okay.
Let's look at, because a lot of times we're using systems that are just inflated, right? Mm-hmm. We know how to use 20% of this CRM or this software, right, for this one purpose, but maybe our system can do that and some, so we can save you X amount of dollars if you replace this system with this system.
On systems.
There you go.
So
on systems.
So your game is to replace the systems with a more efficient system.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's where I think a lot of the pushback is coming from, is like, look, I am responsible for like 20 people that we employ.
Yeah.
Right. I do want to make more money, but I do want to keep these people employed.
Yeah.
Because that's how they feed their families.
Absolutely.
Right. And so when you come in and you explain to us, we're going to switch up the system. Okay, what does that look like? Are we talking about people are out of a job? Or are we talking about, no, this system that we have is going to be inundated to run more efficiently and make their jobs easier and make me more money?
No, I love it. So the reality is it's inevitable that people will find themselves having to either adopt AI in the way that makes sense, where they're the subject matter expert in the office, or they may have to be replaced by the tool. I mean, let's talk about the self-checkout at Walmart.
Yeah.
Right? That was a slow road. It wasn't implemented into every Walmart at once.
Right.
They handpicked so many Walmarts and said, let's test it here first and see if it makes sense. Figure out the kinks and then go from there. But eventually they was able to figure out to the point where it caused some casualties by way of employment.
Right.
Right? Because at the end of the day, it's more efficient and more cost effective. Right. And so as much as we want to, as business owners, to put ourselves in a position where we can employ keep every employee, the fact of the matter is eventually the technology will become so advanced, it wouldn't make any sense in some cases.
Right.
Right. Or you have to rewrite the job description, right, in order to, of course, keep them in a position where they stay on your payroll.
Right.
It's just, but it's likely eventually there will be a lot of positions impacted by AI. That's just the truth of the matter.
That's the truth of the fact. Right.
You can't avoid that.
So we're having a cigar, having a drink.
Okay.
These conversations tend to happen while we're having cigars and having drinks, right? Yeah. What's your go-to cigar?
Heart of a Lion.
Heart of a Lion.
Yeah.
My boy, Mr. Mims.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Well,
shout out to Heart of a Lion.
Shout out to you, bro. I love him.
Yeah. What's your go-to of his line? Mine is Lions Therapy. or king?
I don't think I have a preference, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I see it, I'm going to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing about me.
Okay.
Right? Once I like something, I obsess about it. I obsess about it. So
okay.
I find different things that I like of each brand.
Yeah.
Like Heart of a Lion, he couldn't get me off of lion therapy for damn near 2 years.
Okay.
Right? He had to wing me off of the King, because the King's what I started on.
Okay.
Love the name, love the brand, love the flavor. Right?
Yeah.
So he was like, hey man, I need you to try something else out. I'm looking at him, I'm like, I don't like change. So that's why we're having this conversation.
Okay.
Going into AI, right?
Yeah.
For me, I don't like change.
Okay.
And so we have to have these real uncomfortable conversations like, hey, how do you build that trust into like, because he had some cachet with me. Okay. I'm like, he know what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll try your new stick out.
Okay.
Loved it. Now I'm on it.
Okay.
So I feel like when they come to solutions with you, how do you get them to love it?
So the reality is, you have to be result oriented. So let's talk about change a little bit though. Because you and I are both old enough to remember the Yellow Pages.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts. For those of you that are too young, they're on the channel, get off my channel. I'll be honest.
There you go.
This ain't for you. If you don't remember Yellow Pages, this ain't for you. Get out of here. So, come back when you're older, all right?
So we remember the Yellow Pages, we remember the White Pages, and so when websites came out, business owners was like, well, why do I need a website when I have the Yellow Pages?
Right.
Right?
Right.
And so, but eventually they saw there was an advantage there they were missing out on, right? And so they eventually started getting websites. And if you didn't have a website, people weren't taking you seriously. So
can't validate you.
There you go.
You ain't on that internet.
Yeah.
If you ain't on Beyonce's internet, we can't trust you.
That part. But then social media hit the scene. And business owners were like, why do I need social media when I have a website?
Right.
But then what? They start to realize, oh shoot, from a competition standpoint, my competitor got it. I gotta have it too. Right. And so now we are in the same position with AI. Right. And so we're business owners like yourself are saying, well, what am I gonna do with it? Why do I need all these questions? Same questions that they had with social media and websites. It's the same thing with AI. Eventually, it's gonna be a major player within your organization.
Right.
And no, we don't want change. We don't like change.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is the market is going to demand that we change.
Absolutely.
There's no getting around it. And so, based on that, how do we get people to love it? Time will require them to love it or not love it. It's going to be mandatory that you have it. So I don't know if love is how I would align, getting people to emotionally be attached to it.
Right.
It's like it's almost an obligation to have it, right? And to get started now versus wait, of course, a year or two from now, right? You have to start implementing slowly within your operations so you can, of course, learn the tool and how it can better your business results at the end of the day, right? That's just what it is. And I know not everyone who's watching is a business owner, so it's all good. We get that too. Because
see, those that aren't business owners, they need to know how it affects them in the long run.
Yeah.
Where do they see their area of opportunity to make themselves more valuable within the company?
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's where I think that the other part of that coin is going to be. Like on the business owner side, you're going to help me make more money.
Yeah.
On this other side, if I'm a W-2 employee and I'm like looking at you, you're trying to replace me.
Yeah.
How do I take what I've been doing for the past 15, 10, 5 years and add more value to what I'm currently doing without having to go back to college?
No, that's good. I'm glad you're asking that question because that's really the mindset a person needs to be in. And the simple side of that is to be able, once you fully understand your business process, like if I'm hired to take this widget and move it over here, you can easily use AI to ask, how can I use AI as part of this process?
Right.
And then, of course, take that understanding and go to your higher ups, your manager, whatever that looks like, and you start to have those type conversations. Even though you may not be the person who can push the buttons, but just having the general knowledge, right? Where you're not just kind of sitting back passively,
right,
waiting to see what happens. When they see you are actively engaged in that particular set of like interests, they'll pull you closer in and say, okay, let's figure this out together.
Right.
Because I see you're taking initiative to try to figure out how we can roll this into this organization. See what I'm saying? And so again, you become a thought leader in the organization, and that'll elevate you automatically because you're asking the same questions they're asking.
Right.
Because it's 9 times out of 10, every C-suite employee, they're sitting in the boardroom, they're having those conversations to say, how can we implement AI?
Right.
So if you are, of course, whether you're an entry-level position or somewhere in between, if you're already asking, if you're asking that same question and then you're going to them saying, hey, here's what I'm thinking, then they're going to bring you closer in because you're actually doing the work.
Right.
Why not bring you in?
Right.
Right? You're frontlining it at the end of the day. And so it can go a long way. It really can.
So what it sounds like is that we all need to be able to take initiative.
Yeah.
And take ownership of this learning curve.
Very
From
much so.
as an owner, we got to take ownership as far as like being able to understand it ourselves.
Yeah.
And from being an employee standpoint,
yeah,
we got to take initiative in learning this process.
Yeah.
Learning this new system of how it can make me better at my job.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. And the thing about AI right now is that there is no one that just understands it and understands its totality. Like everyone is still, that's why you have new AI agents, new AI this and so forth coming out every single day. Like it's moving faster than we can keep up with.
Right.
Right. And so you don't have to feel like you're behind because we're all behind, to be honest with you. Right. Because a company can come out with something tomorrow as far as I'm gonna use the word use case for AI that no one has thought about. Right.
True.
And so now, and which is why you have the Googles of the world and the ChatGPTs of the world. They're competing with each other, trying to implement new ways in which AI can be used by the consumer, amongst other things. And so it's, no one's a subject matter expert at this point, but we can sound like we're one.
Right.
Right? Because it's so new.
Forever adaptive.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Right?
Say, man, you sound like you know what you're talking about.
I do.
I like what you're saying, where you're going at with it, Slim, but you know what I'm saying? How can we find you? How can we ask you more questions, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. So social media, I'm Being Mark Drake, B-E-I-N-G, Mark Drake. So you can go to SCYENESolutions.com to learn more about the agency. That's SCYENE, Solutions with an S at the end.com. And let's connect. We'd love to learn more about your organization and what you're trying to accomplish.
Family, I appreciate you coming in.
No doubt. I appreciate everything as well, sir.
Hey, man, most definitely.
All right.
All right, guys. Make sure you stay tuned in, locked in. Check out my guy at SCYENE Solutions, Mark Drake. And remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Like, subscribe, share the channel. Boss Talks on the Rooftop on YouTube. Kingpin Luxury, KP Lux on Instagram. And RFNS 56, Kingpin Luxury on TikTok. So, we're going to be rocking with DJ Wavy Lamborghini. You guys stay tuned. That's on the live. Those of you that's joining us on YouTube, peace, 2 fingers.
All right, take it easy.